All right. We're here to discuss the sermon today, I guess. So, and we got this preaching partner reflections. How did God's Word touch your life today, or what did you experience in hearing God's Word today? Has anybody got any thoughts?
Well, it made me feel good for the next 8 days. We're just supposed to be happy that we've been blessed with the resurrection of Jesus and that He's here for us.
All right, I guess I kind of forgot about the 8 days, and that was a nice thought to think about, that we could kind of...
Yeah, I forgot about it.
Yeah. Nice time to reflect and
Yeah.
kind of slow down a little bit, I guess. And any other thoughts?
I guess I thought the resurrection, it's still, I stop and think every once in a while, what must have gone through those people's mind? You know, he's dead. For all they knew, he was a human. I mean,
Yeah.
and he's dead, and now he's gone. And there's an angel. Well, today's gospel, we discussed that the other night. It doesn't call him an angel in today's reading, but there's an angel, you know, saying he's risen, and they go there to anoint him. They're sad, and what must their emotions have been?
Well, I read that when he done that, when he rose, it just raised it for all of us to do, all of us to have eternal life.
I thought the reference to the new car was kind of neat, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, that's something we can all relate to, and it fit very well.
You and I
I
can
thought.
probably relate to it in terms of horses. You know, somebody can give you a horse, and
Yeah.
that don't mean it's going to be free.
Yeah. Gotta feed that guy.
Feed it. Yeah. Yeah, work at all those.
And one thing that Father brought out that I kind of liked was that they were amazed, but the angel said, "Do not be amazed. You know, this is Jesus. This is God. We should expect to be amazed, and it's no big surprise, I guess, if you really think about it." Any other thoughts on those two things?
He kind of congratulated us in a way of making it through the 40 days, the difficulties he might have, and sometimes I know as parents we're thankful that we made it through the day, so that kind of struck me as a 40 days. I'm just trying to get through the next half hour. You did good.
What differences will God's Word make in your week?
I think we should remember what today means. And like you said, he died for us, and he arose to prove that he was Christ, and we should remember that. We should do it anyway, but maybe we should be a little more conscious of it this next week, when make it a habit.
Maybe just we might just need to get on our knees this week and thank the Lord for what He's done.
Yeah.
I think we really take it for granted sometimes.
Yeah, some of the things we've been doing for Lent, we probably need to keep doing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that you've making your week, so he was, yeah, he talked about, keeping on what you had, given up or added on for Lent, so might be thinking about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy to think, oh, well, it's over. I can go back the way I was.
Yeah.
But we should.
It should grow every time.
Yeah. Any other thoughts about what our week should be like? Okay, are there ways in which today's preacher might have improved in communicating the message?
I feel like maybe the preacher could add a cry room to the back of the church. Maybe I can listen a little bit
Listen to
better.
the whole
Yeah.
message.
Yeah.
Yours are not that bad.
They're not, but in the moment it kind of seems
It
like
feels
they are.
like it.
Yeah.
I know.
I think he's done better since he started his class in
I
general.
think I have to
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I also think, I go to Marshall and I go to Green Up sometimes. I don't know if he feels more comfortable with us or the size of the church helps him, but I think he's less tongue-tied here
Really?
than he is in Marshall,
I go to
especially.
Marshall.
I don't know. Green Up is maybe similar to us, but
Yeah.
in Marshall, I think he feels a lot more pressure than he does. Or I don't know if it's pressure, but
Atmosphere or something maybe.
yeah.
I just think what I like about Father Mike is he gets his message out there in a few sentences. I mean, doesn't linger on. He keeps your interest,
Yep.
makes his point.
Right.
You know.
I mean, your attention spans is so long, there's no need of rambling on.
Yeah, and we've all heard preachers go on
I've heard.
maybe too long sometimes,
Oh,
and you kind of lose interest.
we had some when I was a lot younger.
Yeah.
Keeping control of the kids would have been a lot more painful.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a priest, Father Burns. He would have stopped the mass over it,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
he would have
Asked you to
called the parents
you out.
out because you couldn't have your kid under control. Yeah.
And his sermons lingered sometimes a long time. But that's one thing I do like about Father Mike. I think he really works I think he works hard at getting that message out in a small amount of time.
Right.
Where you can absorb more of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And probably he's had to work on his public speaking. It probably wasn't like, a strong suit for him,
Mhm.
And so, and then you're speaking to all these different people, like say, different personalities and.
Yeah, people
So-
interpret messages differently when they hear it, so word choice is
Yeah.
very important.
Just like today, with the example of the car, our last Sunday, the palm that were woven and then it died because you're cut
Didn't
off from
have
your
that.
roots, and like I said, he can make his point and it sticks with you,
Yeah.
and it's over. It's short and sweet. That's what I said last
Yeah.
Monday night, short and sweet.
Yeah.
I think other than just focusing on the gospel reading itself, he does more often bring examples that tie it back to something we can understand.
Right.
Well, today you made mention of some lines that weren't in our gospel today, but they pertained.
And he a lot of times gets a little history of the reading because there's more to the whole thing than what we see on Sunday in that reading, and he can either this happened leading up to that, and it makes the picture a little more clear.
The context and why it was said, or
Right.
Alrighty. Is there any other thoughts? We're not supposed to let this go more than 20 minutes, and it's been about 10, so I guess we're within the limits. If there's some more things we can say, well, that'd be great. But I can't find too much wrong with his sermon today.
Nope.
Well, I don't find much wrong with any Tom.
Yeah.
I mean, can't talk, can't. And the one down there doesn't understand.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he's hard to understand.
And he's hard to understand, hard to get along with. I mean, it's just a whole different thing.
Yeah. So I don't know how long Father Mike will get to stay with us,
I
but
don't either.
we'll sure miss him.
Yeah.
So, okay, that's any other thoughts? Okay, we'll wind it up. Thank you all very much.